Thanks everyone for being here, and we're really happy to be hosted in such a lovely country. And regarding Fever Dream, it's actually in the name, which is Fever Dream. It just discusses how social media interfered our life and even interfered within the houses and within the family. So we take it from a perspective of a broken relationship between a father and a daughter. And you can see that social media could fix this, but throughout the journey we unveil everything.
So this is very coming of age kind of a film, which is very, very now.
Yeah.
Ms. Ran, how about your film? It's the short film The Edge.
Yes, first of all, very happy to be here. I love India, definitely coming back again. It's
Lovely.
really such an honor. So for The Edge, it's a short film about a breakdown of a marriage. It kind of has an open ending, it's up to interpretation. But what I find very beautiful about it is that it's really a universal story. I think anyone from any culture, anyone who's been in any sort of romantic relationship can identify with it. And it was just such a wonderful experience.
Because I guess emotions are all universal. We all feel and experience the same emotions. So automatically anybody who has had a romantic relationship, which I'm sure everybody here at some point in their life, so they will definitely identify with this film, you feel.
I think so, 100%. Even though personally as an actress, I didn't identify with my character. Of course, I found ways to connect with her because, you know, I'm playing her. But yeah, it's just such a wonderful experience. And I was really lucky to have an amazing co-star, an amazing director who really gave us the space and room to express ourselves.
Well, that is very, very important.
Very patient. It was such a wonderful experience. I think it might have been one of my favorite acting experiences so far.
Oh, that is lovely. And now we have the room open for the press. Anyone would like to ask them any questions?
I'd like to ask Bhavna ji, you have been a jury, a journalist, a veteran one and all for so many years. What was so interesting about Saudi films, especially since we don't even know how the market has been since it's opened up?
So very early in my career, I did a film appreciation course in the FTII, where we were exposed to the world cinema, whether it was Europe or German or whatever. And I got very fascinated with different cultures and ethos. And even now, though we are watching all regional films and Hindi films and English films, it came as a refreshing thought that Saudi Films was hosting a festival and that one could get exposed to it. I was attracted to the ethos, to the culture, to what is their traditions, what are the equations with society and within the family. But eventually, as Mansi said, human emotions are the same and stories are the same. So it's all about just connecting globally, and world has become such a small place because of the digital media and because of internet. So I think after getting into the ethos and cultures for a point, I was only interested in the stories, the characters, and the technique and the treatment and the technology. And I was very happy with what I saw.
And then she realized that yes, we are the best agency to pull this off. And here we are doing it for you. Thank you so much for having us, Sarah, Cinewave, Saudi Film Council, and all the talent. Thank you so much. And there's the jury, one more jury here, Farhad. Farhad is here. I'd like to just introduce you to
Mr.
the
Farhad
other jury,
Samji.
who has worked very hard with Bhavna ji to put all the films together.
15 short films. And from that, we have shortlisted it to what all the 3 jury members agreed to. And we are very happy with our choices. And we are hoping that you all will be happy with our choices.
I am so sure, because like I said, कि आपको impress करना आपकी body of work के बाद is definitely a feat. So आपने जिस film को चुना होगा, so definitely that has to be very, very amazing. We can't wait to watch the films that the jury members have selected for us. So Sohaib, tell us, how has your experience been in India? Is this your very first time?
Yes, this is my very first time, and definitely it's not gonna be the last one. Yesterday I was like roaming the city, and I was fascinated because even though you have some assumptions about or how would the city be like,
Right.
and because all that I know from India is what we saw in Bollywood films. So and it was really fascinating coming to the city and seeing sightseeing and roam around the city.
Right. So, Rand, tell us, have you been acting for a very, very long time, or is this your very first time? And have you seen any of the Bollywood films earlier?
Oh, you can use that. I'll use this one. Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I've been acting for around 2 years, so it's not very long. I've done a couple of shorts, a few TV shows. The Edge was probably one of my favorite performances. I was actually just looking at the list, and another one of my films was shortlisted, and I'm really happy that this one was the one that was chosen.
That is amazing.
So it's very exciting. And sorry, what was the second part?
Have you ever seen any Bollywood films?
Yes. So I don't want to pronounce it. The one Kabhi
Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I grew up watching that movie.
Oh, really?
And
Do you like the hero?
yes.
How can
I love
someone not
Kareena
like Shah
Kapoor.
Rukh Khan?
I love Kareena Kapoor. I think Kareena Kapoor is beautiful.
Oh,
She
is.
is amazing. And there is one movie that I watched that I don't think is very successful, or wasn't very successful. It was Teri Meri Kahani with Shahid Kapoor.
Okay, yes, yes,
I thought he was a beautiful man. I still think he's a beautiful man. There are a lot of amazing Bollywood movies. But yeah, off the top of my head.
Do you want to act in one?
The scene. So I've seen these films, and भावना जी ने एक चीज़ बहुत सही कही. She has told one thing very perfectly, is that this is the perfect platform to get globally connected. That's very important, because I don't think so language is a barrier. It's your performance. It's like, I'm also into music, so I can tell you that music also has no language. And I think so even films and film media, whether it's a short film or a, today the global connection is so much that whenever we see our films, even in the OTT digital platforms, you get to see Korean films, you get to see Chinese, you get to see all kinds of different languages. And I think so language is definitely not a barrier. I'm a Hindi writer, so I'll just give a Hindi line to this, that हुनर सब में होता है, किसी में छप जाता है, किसी में छुप जाता है. So it's,
वाह, क्या बात है.
so it's just a perfect platform you should get to get your, एक जरिया बोलते हैं ना, एक समंदर, एक दरिया, one जरिया. That's very important, and I think so अगर जरिया मिल जाता है to showcase your talent, and this is the platform we should motivate and encourage. That's it.
That is absolutely lovely. So how difficult was it for you to screen all these films and then select these three?
Well, I got a little bit of shouting from my wife regarding this, because there was a little short time, thoda kam tha, and I had to go through all the films. And मेरी एक problem है कि if some job has been given to me, so definitely I have to be very sure that whatever marks I'm giving or whatever, we have to be very clear, because that so much मेहनत has been gone.
ये प्रॉब्लम तो है तो अच्छी बात है सर.
नहीं, but problem ये है कि मुझे I dedicate too much on जो काम मिला है. So that's the only thing which is.
तो उसमें आपने कुछ ज्यादा ही टाइम बता दिया, अपने फैमिली को टाइम नहीं दिया, इसलिए आपको डांट पड़ी बीवी से.
नहीं, because see, I'm a creative writer, so I get involved even in the creation. When I see the film, I just see the way how they've used the screenplay, how they have told the story. Because कहानी का क्या है? Story can be told in 10 different ways.
Right.
That way is very important, and I think so. I was pleasantly surprised with all the things which I saw.
भावना जी, आपने how did you choose these films from so many films that you had to go through?
See, as a film critic, I have a very simple rule. When I'm watching a film, it does not matter which banner, which actor, how much money he spent on it, how much effort he put. Because these are things that the filmmakers will make considerations for, not a critic.
Right.
For me, it is a simple rule. Does the film engage me? If the film engages me, then it is a plus. If the film does not engage me, it is a minus. तो कितनी भी गरीब फिल्म क्यों ना हो, मगर वो दिल को मेरे छूने चाहिए.
बिल्कुल. So guys, when she said this, कि आप दिल को छूना चाहिए, that means it has to touch their heart. So, you know, for a film like that, when they have to go through so many films and to select your films out of those so many, so I think definitely I'm looking forward to watching your films and how it has impacted Bhavna ji, and we really can't wait to see what these films are all about.
I totally agree, because even for me, watching either Hollywood or Bollywood or even any international films, it's just, we didn't have cinema back then, but we understand that language. We understand everything, because it's all about being a human.
So when you were making your film, could you tell us something about the filmmaking experience and what made you choose this subject particularly?
Well, Fever Dream was our second feature film after a successful one, which was called The Book of Sun. And it was a comedy film, and before Fever Dream, we saw that this opportunity, or a huge opportunity, especially within the changes that's been happening in the world, especially for the social media, how it changes even the human behavior.
Right.
This is where we thought we want to make this film, and the film sheds the light on so many aspects. Not only that, even it sheds the light about the fame and how it even affects the person, and even the fame before, because like before the 90s, for example, being a soccer player is totally different than being a soccer player nowadays. It just changed the whole dynamic, and this is why we wanted to tackle this in a very nice way, and how it affects a major, I don't know what you call it, major deeds or major human behavior,
Right.
And it reflects to the whole world. And one of the things was about the Book of Sun. When we did that film, we made it honestly only for the Saudis, but when we played it on the OTT, which was on Netflix, we saw that people from outside Saudi Arabia appreciated that. So when we made Fever Dream, we were considering that international audience might watch that. So that was one of the things that we carefully did it while even writing.
Oh, so you definitely took into account the international audience along with the Arabic audience.
Yes.
So everybody, you know, they could connect with your film.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. So Ran, tell us something about what made you choose this film for acting. Like when you initially said that you couldn't really identify with the character initially. So when your director or your producer must be giving you a narration. So what were the emotions you were going through? What did you feel like at that point in time?
Yeah.
Yeah, take it.
So, actually, initially, throughout the first read, I completely identified with the script, and I loved it the moment that I read it. And I thought it was a great opportunity for me to do something that's very dramatic, and it was very exciting. But once I went to the rehearsals, I realized his vision for Hanian, which is the character's name, was very different from my personality. But I was able, obviously, to get into that role and make it real, because every character that I do, sometimes it gets a bit blurry. I don't know where I end and the other character begins.
So what was your process for this particular character?
So it's actually really funny. I was reading this book called Western Mind, Eastern Body. And one of the most interesting things about it is it tells you with the chakra system how different imbalances cause different bodily postures, different personality traits that you would see depending on what is imbalanced. And so I took that book, looked at the character, and built it on that.
And wow, that's pretty extensive, I would say.
I was reading the book before I got the role, honestly, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to just add everything together. And I think I would identify as a method actor, so I definitely did use my own emotions. And it was really nice because me and my co-star got to know each other on a personal level and really talked about our own personal experiences, which helped make the performance quite believable.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing.
I to ask Mazhar Bhai one question. Can I please have Mr. Mazhar Nadiadwala here?
Can we please have Mr. Mazhar Nadiadwala here, please, from Dome Entertainment? Mr. Mazhar?
He's busy somewhere else.
He's right here. Mr. Mazhar Nadiadwala from Dome Entertainment. Yes, what's your question?
I'll come next month. Hello everyone, good evening. I'm fine.
Can you please tell her how it feels to host the Saudi Film Nights and something on how the interactivity has been and how amazing the films are?
I think it's a wonderful experience. We thank the Saudi Council for this opportunity and the Films Commission. We thank the Films Commission for this opportunity. It's a great opportunity to get our industry and the Saudi industry together and look at the various platforms that we can, we can explore and we can exchange our cultures. We can exchange our, the good opportunities that we can share with each other and help our industry grow more and more. I wish the council the very best, and I think this association will go a long way.
Yeah, we were going to ask that. Do you see this more of the Saudi films and the film industry coming to Mumbai and showcasing their films?
See, our cultures are pretty similar. Our values of our culture are very similar, and I think that's where we can really, the association can grow faster, and our association can have more meaning into it. Because the cultures are so close, the entertainment and everything else will also only facilitate that. And I think, I see a lot of future in it. Thank you.
So we'll be troubling Bhavna ji and Farhad ji a lot more.
Also you.
Also me.
Mansi, you're an actress, you're a singer, so we want to know how you feel.
I am actually very, very excited because as soon as I heard something like Saudi Film Nights being, and this being the inaugural, the first time it's coming to India, I think this couldn't be a more fitting place, Mumbai, to, do the inauguration, and of course Dome Entertainment being the agency who's bringing all of this together because they are one of the best. So when I was told this, I was like, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk for me. So I was very, very happy to hear something like this, this kind of an opportunity that is opening up. And I'm very, very excited to see that what kind of films are actually, that are going to be presented here. Because like I said, हम भावना जी को तो बहुत पहले से जानते हैं. We have grown up watching her, जो भी वो फिल्म क्रिटिक के जितनी भी इन्होंने हमें बताई हैं फिल्म्स के बारे में, कई बार उन्होंने हमारे टाइम और पैसे बचा दिए हैं फिल्म के बारे में पहले ही बता के. सो अगर इन्होंने फिल्म सिलेक्ट करी हैं तो आई एम वेरी वेरी एक्साइटेड टू सी कि किस तरह की मूवीज हम देखने वाले हैं. अरे नहीं
Something that suits the occasion.
The Red Sea International Film Festival in Jeddah. My question to you, Ran, is that have you been exposed to a lot of Indian cinema? And if you have, who are among your favorite directors or actors or actresses who have inspired you?
Can I have a microphone?
So I'm not as exposed as I would like to be very fair. But I would say my tops are Kareena Kapoor, definitely. Shah Rukh Khan is the easy answer, the easy answer for everyone. But
Actresses?
Yeah, actresses, Kareena Kapoor and Kajol.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
Thank you so much.
So you got a chance to only watch Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum?
No, I've watched at least over a dozen movies.
Oh, you have? Okay.
But I can't remember all of them. Like I remember Three Idiots was great.
Right. And Kareena Kapoor was in that as well. So
I
that's why
love
you love
her.
her.
I love her. I love her so much. She's so beautiful.
Oh, she is, isn't
Yeah.
she? Mitali? All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and our wonderful press. We will see you inside in the screening of our film.
नजदीक आ जा. Come close.
Come closer.
Center.
एक सेकंड रुक जाओ. Mohammad has to come. Mohammad.
Saudi/Indian works in the near future.
We would like to know how the Saudi film industry has been evolved in the recent years.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
We would like to know how the Saudi film industry has been evolved in the recent years.
Yeah, so the Saudi film industry started maybe like 2019. Even the amount of feature films that's been produced, it's getting increased like doubly. You know, like 2019 there was like 1 or 2 feature films. The next year it was like 4 or 5. You know, and it's getting better and better. And even there are stories that's been told. Which really nice, and I think it has the aspect of acceptance globally. Thank you so much. You know, we're human beings, and our struggles in life are very similar, despite the barriers of language. But you can even relate to our films, same as we relate to your films.
Us collaborating in the future.
Well, I think we have a lot to learn from Bollywood. And I was just saying this to someone else that, you know, you have a 100-year history and we're relatively new in Saudi Arabia. So I think that beyond the student-teacher relationship, I think we can have joint stories because, you know, the Indian population is a big part of Saudi Arabian culture and the tourism here is increasing. So, and I think the films will reflect that sense of community that we're fostering. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
No. You have to show all the camera.
I like the movement. Yeah.
What do you feel about the culture exchange helps in strengthening the global storytelling?
Well, I think that cinema and any sort of cultural exchange is kind of grassroots diplomacy. And so I think that this cultural exchange will help us create a sense of unity, but also foster more understanding about the particularities of both our different cultures. So, yeah.
Tell us something about the film, like a brief narrative about.
The film is about the breakdown of a marriage. That's it. Something brief.
What message would you like the Mumbai audience to take away from the Saudi film night today?
I think that it's really important to understand other cultures and specifically Saudi culture beyond the stereotypes and to see that there really are a lot of similarities between both our cultures, and I think cinema and these film selections in particular are a great way to showcase that. Yeah.
And how much you excited for the Mumbai here, so the India has a like.
I'm excited. I'm very excited, of course, because, well, I love India, first of all. It's my second time here. Love India a lot. And again, I think that Bollywood and Hollywood, you know, these are the two benchmarks of cinema, in my opinion. So to be here is a really big step for us as Saudis, and hopefully just the start of a collaboration. In 2 days, each day was 19 hours, and I think it was a very healing experience, on a personal level, for both me and my co-star. Definitely got to deal with a lot of our inner emotions, but in front of, you know, the cast and crew, other cast and crew members. So it was amazing. It was such a wonderful experience.
Styles used in the film?
So from what I understand, it's more of a German style of film. Again, that wasn't my scope of work. I'm an actress. So, but yeah, it was a German style of filming, and the transitions were very interesting, I think, and I think audiences will see that once they watch the film.
Just one look here. Hold. यहाँ पे देखिए